matchup. So yeah, for Vivid to get a little closer to potentially beating StarDuck, very impressive to see.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I keep mentioning how Vivid has been a lot more active in recent months, and we can see that here and now as he's been over the past couple of weeks. He's been able to take games off of someone like StarDuck, off of people like Mika as well. Like he's really able to surprise here, and it's impressive.
Yeah, rip the piano streams, but honestly, well worth it. Well worth it to be able to take it to some of these players, such as a player here in the bottom left-hand corner map, swatting all the way in the bottom left-hand corner, the pink Protoss player. He's going to be coming down from the land of Sydney Abba, representing Clan Fight for Justice. He has sword highlight all the way in space, as he is. He is representing... He is my grandson, StarDuck.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Oxide LE, we have the Australian Zerg player. He's blue. He's also from the region of Sydney. Not quite Sydney Arbor, as there's no Sydney Arbor, but he does, of course, hail from a very similar region. It is, of course, Vivid.
Sydney,
Harbour Bridge. Opera House.
Listen,
Centerpoint Tower.
Sydney Abba is not tangible. It's a state of mind.
It's your state of mind, mate. That is. God damn. Ay. As we do, of course, we are getting to our first ZvP of the night, and StarDuck so far has been able to deny the natural location, but it wasn't the biggest of deals. It's not like StarDuck did go for an earlier forge or anything too crazy like that.
That he has not. Doesn't really want to risk it here in the ace match. And that is Vivid. I mean, he was forced to unfortunately take an unnatural second base, but he's just playing this out as straight up as he really can. Hatch pool gas, or was it hatch gas pool? One or the other. Either way, it's not going to be too cheeky at the moment. We will have to keep our eyes out on what tech he goes down. There's definitely a lot of opportunity for the Zerg player to, maybe go into quick roaches or sometimes go into a much quicker lair. StarDuck, though, I would be surprised if he doesn't go for a Stargate. So right now, I'm actually kind of surprised he does not go for the Stargate. That is the Twilight Council first.
There we go. Again, we're not too sure what transpired in game number 1 and game number 2, as this is the ace match. It's possible that StarDuck did attempt to go into the Stargate style of play, but didn't quite work out for him. It's also possible that this is a very map-specific sort of opener that he's going for that Twilight Council, and we'll see if he commits to Glaives, or if he goes a little bit more unorthodox and goes for some DTs.
I wouldn't mind the DTs, honestly. But that's just mostly because I've wanted to see them for a while. Going for Glaives is probably going to be the best bet right now for StarDuck. He did force the unnatural base, and on a map like Oxide, it is just so much more isolated. You need a couple more tumors to be able to connect the bases up here.
That you do. As we do see, it is going to be Glaives. A couple more gateways. 3 more gateways are being thrown down. So currently 4 gateways of production are going to be available for StarDuck. And as you said, Glaive Adepts can hit pretty hard. And what I'm worried about is that Vivid, again, he wasn't incredibly active last season at the end of last year. I don't know how much practice he really has against Glaive Adepts.
Yeah, but I got nothing. I was trying to come up with a scenario. I was looking at what Vivid has right now and say, well, even if he's not as practiced, he does have something going his way. But no, this is everything you really expect from a Zerg player in the scenario when they don't know that Glaive's Adepts are coming their way. Vivid, he's going for a very quick lair. He does not have any Roach Warren coming out. Now he gets it, but potentially too late.
Yeah, to be fair, for the initial wave of adepts, like, you can defend with just pure lings. That's perfectly fine as long as you do have roaches on the way. And he does have that roach warren, as you said, so he will have access to them. I am a little bit concerned about the creep thread though. Like, the main and the natural aren't quite connected. There is, of course, a little bit of areas here where there isn't any creep, so it's going to be difficult for the queens to really keep up. What's also important are the support positionings. At the moment, because he doesn't know what the opening is, because he thinks it could still be DTs, they're all in the mineral lines, but you need to be ready to reposition them to make sure they deny the warp prism.
Absolutely do. And you don't want to underestimate that gap of creep either. I mean,
oh god,
it's enough for a queen to be caught up in, and yeah, look at that, already really slow. So Vivid is kind of giving up on this natural base here. Well, I say natural, but really it's third.
This is awful. Look at this. The queens, they can't keep...
Yeah, bounce on top of the warping in unit, but he does not right now.
No, he does not, as the queens are going to be able to focus on the warp prism, and they can get it.
Very nicely done here. A little bit of inertia being thrown StarDuck's way this time, and yeah, just means that he won't be able to keep up this harass for too much longer, but sometimes you do see that for the Protoss player, that's just a trigger in their head, right? To just focus so much more on taking out drones. It's already been able to kill 7 of them, which isn't too bad, but he's going to be able to get quite a bit more.
Yeah, I was about to say, mate, that 7 is intangible, as we just quickly take a look, and 14 drones have gone down, and StarDuck isn't done. He still has 4 adepts remaining. He will shade in into the main base and target even more workers down.
Yeah, the evacuation has been quick enough, I would say, from Vivid, but he does kind of underestimate these shades and how committed StarDuck's going to be to them.
Yeah, unfortunately, when it came to pulling workers away, he didn't do that at all at his third base. He was relying a lot on these spines to defend, and sure, they were chipping away at the adepts, but the adepts' focus fire was just too good. Vivid has lost so many workers. He's down to 25 drones, and now he's essentially all in. We see the queen march is happening. He, like, all the queens are waddling across the map. He knows that he has to end the game. The problem is that StarDuck, he threw down a robotics bay. He does have disruptors out.
Yeah, without Galaura Constitution, it is going to be that much harder to split against Purification Novas. Vivid just trying to strike at the throne of StarDuck, because again, he knows he has to just kill him outright here. He can't afford to just cripple him and then go into a bit of a longer game. That is not Oh, the disruptor!
Oh my god.
Unfortunate timing over here. Did get messed up because of the rocks. And now with only 1 Purification Nova available to him, that's not quite going to be enough here for StarDuck. No Nova available for him at the moment, but does have that super battery. Might be a little bit too early. Might have popped it a little bit too early, though.
It was a little bit premature, but finally one of the Novas does get some value. A juicy connection with those roaches. Half the roaches essentially going down, and now it's just the queens. Another Nova goes off.
And that's just about every single roach going down here. Vivid still has the queens. Unfortunately, didn't have the lings attacking this main army. Nothing to really, act as a bit of a buffer for those roaches.
Yeah, and you know what? Finally, the lings do show up, but it's a little bit too late. GG gets called, and StarDuck takes the game and the series.
Definitely a better showing from Vivid in this particular matchup when it's all said and done, but StarDuck, he is the Duck of the Stars for a reason.
That he is, and StarDuck has advanced on to the semifinals match to once again, it feels like this happens every other week, mate. He's up against me and Micah.
His favorite opponent.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, indeed.